Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys some tips and tricks for improving your aim in Call of Duty World War II. Everybody's always trying to find new ways to improve aim and get better, and I wanted to make a video and share with you guys some things that I have done that have really helped me to improve my aim in Call of Duty World War II, and to be honest, in a lot of Call of Duties and pretty much every Call of Duty game that's been out. So the first tip that I have for you is to plan your plays. Expect someone to be everywhere. I'd like to compare improving your aim to a game of chess or to a sport where it's always smart to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of your opponent. Same thing applies for Call of Duty. As nerdy as it may sound, if you're planning your plays, if you're expecting someone everywhere, if you're planning your next move, you're going to have a much higher chance of killing someone that might potentially kill you if you're just running around. With Call of Duty being so fast-paced, players tend to just frantically run around looking for people, and I don't blame them. I do the same thing. Call of Duty is such a fast-paced game. Everyone's always just running around. There's shots everywhere, and it's very hard to slow down the momentum. It's crazy how fast it is. But if you take the time to plan what you're going to do, plan your next move, look at it like a chess match, try to stay 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent. Right? Like, for example, if I'm coming around a corner and I know that there's a building, I'm not just going to run around the corner and hope someone's going to run in front of me. I'm going to think, okay, there's a window in the building. So someone might be hiding in the window. Someone might be hiding up there with a gun waiting for someone to run around the corner. So I'm going to prepare for someone to be in that window, which is going to give me a higher opportunity and help me aim down sights at that window and give me a much better chance of killing them rather than come around the corner, not expecting anything, then get shot at from the window and have to aim up and jump around and try not to die while I'm aiming down sights and I don't even get a shot off. So if I'm preparing for someone to be there, it's going to give me a much better chance to get that kill and help me out because I'll be aiming there as I'm coming around the corner. Another situation, maybe there's a door in that building, right? There's a doorway that players might be sitting in front of. So now I'm thinking, okay, maybe someone's in the window, maybe someone's in front of the door. So when I come around that corner, I'm going to be prepared for someone to be in both of those locations. I'm going to check both of those spots. I'm not just going to run around the corner and hope no one's there. So again, like what I'm trying to say is plan your plays, expect someone to be everywhere, and you should be good to go. So the second tip that I have for you is to keep your crosshairs up while moving around. And this is something that even myself, I've never really done. This is something you actually have to think about and train yourself to do because so many people don't do this in Call of Duty. Now what I'm talking about, when you're running around the map, when you're sprinting, a lot of people will have their gun looking down, including myself, and I don't know why that is. I don't know the physics behind that, if that's just natural, but so many people will run with their crosshairs facing the ground, not necessarily straight down, obviously, but toward the enemy's feet. And I don't know, again, I think maybe that's just like, you know, in real life when we run, we kind of look down a little bit. We don't look up into the air. So I don't know if that's just a natural thing because it's a video game. I have no clue. But so many people keep their crosshairs looking down while they're running. And if someone comes around the corner, then they have to take that extra split second to aim up. Whereas if you're running around the map and you keep your crosshairs straight, if you keep your crosshairs facing straight, you're going to have a much better chance to kill someone that comes flying around a corner or that's there when you come flying around a corner. So this sounds very difficult and it's very weird. Trust me, try it out. You'll see what I'm talking about. Try to train yourself to keep your crosshairs facing straight or facing somewhat up, because if you're facing down, you're taking a split second away that's gonna maybe potentially give you the kill. So try to run straight. I know that sounds really dumb, but something that's gonna have a huge impact on whether or not you win a gunfight. The next tip that I have for you is something that helped me a ton over the last couple years, and that's to shoot from the hip before aiming down sights. So many people will run around and they won't start shooting until they have their aim in place. Whereas a lot of people will die because people do this all the time now where they start shooting before they aim down sights. And this is kind of one of those spray and pray panic reactions, and it works really, really well. And there's honestly no reason not to do it. There's no downfall. There's nothing that could hurt you by potentially doing this. The only thing is that you might hit a shot or two before getting the sights aimed down and give you that huge advantage in getting the kill. So if you run around a corner and someone's running around the corner as well on the other side and you guys just run into each other, people will sometimes aim down sights and then start shooting, which is so dumb. You should start shooting before aiming down sights. So practice doing that as well, and I promise you'll win a lot more gunfights and your aim will be much better. The final tip that I have for you is to walk around corners. This is super basic. I don't even need to go into detail on this, and I'm so guilty of this as well. Running around corners is probably the worst thing you can do in Call of Duty, at least. with how fast paced it is. People are camping everywhere, waiting for you to be somewhere. And if you run around corners and someone's waiting for you, you're a dead man. There's no shot. So walk around corners, aim down sights around corners, and this goes back to the very first tip. Expect someone to be everywhere, so don't go running around a corner. Someone's probably going to be waiting for you. That's just how Call of Duty works. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy some of these tips. Hopefully some of them will help you out. Hopefully they weren't too confusing. If you guys have any questions or any more tips to add, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. We really appreciate that. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.